Hello, I am Rihanna Binkley. I am the project manager for this oral history project, and I work with One Treasure Island. And this is Ishmael.
Hello, my name is Ishmael Wesley. I was part of the construction training program at Treasure Island in the year of 2019.
Great. Today is Thursday, March 24th, and it's 4:00 p.m. And we are recording for Treasured Stories, the oral histories of Treasure Island between 1997 and present. So I will just start with my very first, very general question to get us going. And tell me about the first time you came to Treasure Island.
The first time I came to Treasure Island, I was actually brought by a friend, Marvin Allen. I didn't know what to expect. The first day I met Alex. Alex is one of working what they expect from their students and what they had available within the program. It was like a 6-week program. And once you complete the program, there was the opportunity for jobs. So I was quite hesitant, to be honest, on my first day, because I heard so much about programs where you complete the program and you just left alone to thrive and try to find a job for yourself. Mm-hmm. But my first day, I had a positive vibe. Though. When I actually talking to him, and I felt the sense of genuine from him and Manette and Cheryl, the workers there. It was more like family, and I trusted their word, and I went ahead and completed the program. But that was my first day, my first experience on the first day on Treasure Island.
Okay, so how did you hear about the program? What made it kind of call out to you? I know you said that you had a friend. So what kind of brought you into that?
To be honest, I took a leap of faith because it was his first time, Marvin Allen, going through the program as well. It was actually on the flyer. And he said, hey, let's go check out this program at One Treasure Island. They have a construction program. Me, at that time, I've always wanted to get into construction. I did a little bit when I was 18 and 19 years old at Chevron Oil Refinery. So I was excited about going, and neither one of us, it was like, either I'm all in and it's going to work, I'm going to go all in, and it doesn't work, I'll just go on to the next one. But I went on the feeling that I got from the people and the workers at One Treasure Island. And like I said earlier, it felt positive. So that's how I just went through it. I'm just going with a leap of faith. And it did work out 4 years later, and it's still working.
That's awesome. Yes. So what, tell me about the program and what it was like kind of going through it, and what challenges you had, and like what successes, what was easy and great.
One of the difficulties of getting to Treasure Island, at the time I was in the halfway house downtown San Francisco on Taylor Street. So I didn't know the city too well. So I just walked all the way to the bus station. There was one bus, the 25, that went straight over to Treasure Island. So I would walk from Taylor Street all the way down Market to Bill to the bus station, get on the one bus, only one bus that goes to Treasure Island. And of course, I had to walk in inclement weather, rain, dealing with people who had mental issues all the way down Market, not just the homeless people. This is what I had to deal with every day just to get to Treasure Island. And once I got to Treasure Island, I wasn't too acquainted with technology. So for them to tell me, hey, go get on a computer and do X, Y, and Z, I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. But they were very helpful. They had food there. As soon as they had food and coffee. Like, if you're hungry, we'll feed you. You want some coffee? Here, sit down, relax. We understand what you're going through. So they made me feel welcome. Even though I had anxiety and I had like all these questions going through my mind of how is it going to work out? What's the pay going to look like? How long does it take to get a job? Will I get a job? They gave me a sense of like, just relax, trust the process. And that's what I did. And as far as I can remember, the only difficulties I had with Treasure Island was my transportation, because I didn't have a vehicle. Mm-hmm. And I had to catch the bus to Treasure Island and back from Treasure Island. Yeah. And I had to be inside the program at a certain time. So that was always in the back of my mind. I don't want no wrecks on the bridge. I don't want to get barred from not coming back to the program, because if I'm late coming to the program, they'll revoke your pass. And if I miss 2 days on the program, I'm out of the program. So that was always in the back of my mind, just anxiety and nerve of wanting to get there on time and also wanting to get back on time. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so what happened after you graduated?
After I graduated, I graduated on a Thursday. I was immediately hired by a company called EcoBay, very good company. I was interviewed by Matt and Patrick at the time, and they gave me a chance that I will always be grateful for them giving me that chance. And I went to work actually on Treasure Island. Treasure Island was my first construction project that I worked on. We did abatement. So I got the experience of working with co-workers, being on work on time, meeting people with bad attitudes, meeting people with good attitudes, learning how to just cope and build my social skills right there on Treasure Island. And then at lunchtime, of course, I would always go back to the office and they still had food. I'm like, oh, free food, that's right up my alley. I get free lunch and talk to Alex and, kind of share some of my concerns with Manette and Cheryl, and they helped set up my my banking account, my checking account, savings account. I didn't have one at the time. These are some of the things they helped me with while I was working, and was able to have like a double plus, work on the island and still get assistance from One Treasure Island while working.
Yes. Okay, so your first job out of graduation was on the island. What was your journey like after that, like with EcoBay?
Well, when I left the island with EcoBay, I was blessed to work on the Chase Center, historical monument in San Francisco. I mean, the Warriors are coming back to San Francisco. Here I am. I'm a big Warriors fan. And with EcoBay, I was able to work at Chase Center. So from the ground to the finish, I spent like roughly 2 years working there. I was able to meet people. I was able to actually write my name on the last beam that was raised and put in place at the Chase Center. I get to see it today for finish. Thousands of memories from people, events, good days, bad days, long hours, worked 12 hours a day for over 13 months. It was, when I first got there, it was a 24-hour shift. 5 to 5, 5 to 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 in the evening, and 5 in the evening to 5 in the morning. It was nonstop. A lot of people don't know. People actually lost, that's how many hours was being, so they can meet the deadline. So, and like I said, I worked at the Chase Center with EcoBay. I also worked at Terminal 1 at San Francisco International Airport, the remodeling and reconstruction of Terminal 1. So with EcoBay, I was exposed to some great projects, and I associate all that through One Treasure Island because they have a contract, or I should say they have connections with these companies who trust in them to train people through their construction training program and bring them out to the field. And they trust them wholeheartedly, and they bring them out. They would, EcoBay is a company about second chances. They know about my past, whether you coming from poverty, a lifestyle of crime, or just a lifestyle of not even having jobs a year. If you came to One Treasure Island, they knew you was trained up, they knew you was responsible, they knew you were on time, and they would give you a second chance. And they gave me a second chance. And I will always remember the first company that I worked for, which was EcoBay. Yes.
So you're not still with EcoBay?
No. So during my journey of working, I found out that through other unions, because I was in Local 67, which strictly is abatement. That's going in the building, demo, taking all the asbestos out, lead, any hazardous material. That's the first union I worked with, 67. And in the field of construction, I was talking to other people. Not that EcoBay was bad. I just had an opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
So, and the opportunity arose for me to make more money. I switched over to Local 261, which the pay was better. They had a retirement pension, benefits. It was way more lucrative and way more beneficial for me. So I left on good terms. I told them I appreciate for the opportunity that they gave me, EcoBay. Shook hands, smiled, and they said, hey, you're more than welcome to come back anytime, Mitch. And I went on to the laborers union. And with the laborers union, I landed another good job working at the PUC over there at Southeast Water Treatment in San Francisco, which is, yes, it's the largest project on the Western Hemisphere right now. It's like a 7-year project. And in construction, if you can get a job for the last 6 months or 8 months, I consider it to be good. Because a lot of the time you're 2 months on, a month off, 3-4 months on. So this is like a 6-year project. And with Local 261, I've landed this job, and I've been there already 2 years now, almost 2 years.
Okay, so you have like 5 years left on the same.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And in construction, projects fluctuate. You got weather that stops certain projects.
Yeah.
People have to bid. All these contracts have to be signed, permits. So a lot of times it's up and down in construction, depending on what trade you are, if you're an electrician, plumbing, or whatever. So anytime you get a consistent job over a year, you get 2 years, you're really doing good. But 5 or 6 years, that's like the Super Bowl in construction. That's like any news, like the Chase Center, that was 2 years. Anytime 2 years of solid, consistent paychecks, that's 52 paychecks every week, 104 in 2 years. That's a blessing because you can plan around that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of my thoughts that I had early on when I decided to get in construction. You hear a lot about, you spend a whole lot of time off. You don't work in the wintertime. I've been in construction 4 years. The only 2 weeks I had off was due to COVID-19, when they told everyone to stay home.
Oh, like right at the beginning.
Yes, in the beginning. That was the only vacation I had. I've been going from one job to another job to another job. And it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Big project, like I say, San Francisco Terminal 1, the Chase Center. First started off on Treasure Island. I worked at a cancer research building on the Gateway out here in South San Francisco. I worked for a company called Hathaway Dinwiddie, another good company I worked for. Good projects. And now, like I said, I'm on a 5-year project. So in construction, you get bounced around a lot, but once a company likes you and they want to keep you, they have that option of keeping you and hiring you and putting you on their payroll. Yes.
Nice. So you never lived on Treasure Island?
Yes, actually, I lived while I was in the transitional house.
Okay.
On Taylor Street. You have to commit for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
After I stayed there for a year, they have housing quarters over there on Treasure Island. So I actually stayed off Chinook Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed there fighting off all the raccoons at nighttime. Those some tough raccoons over there. I made a point to not come home at nighttime no more. It was horrible.
Oh no.
So I stayed on the island for like 4 months. And then, like I say, after dealing with the raccoons and it stayed cold there a lot, I was appreciative because I was able to save money while I was staying there. Mm-hmm. My rent was $300 a month because I came from the halfway house program at called Geo on 111 Taylor Street. Mm-hmm. So while I'm consistently working at doing this construction, making good money, I was able to save my money and prepare myself, to purchase property. So I stayed on Chinook Court on Treasure Island about 4 months. But once again, like I mentioned, those raccoons, they won that. They won. It's their house. I moved. Yeah.
Did you get a feel for the community when you were out there? Did you have any
on Treasure Island?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I had it was a nice community, very, very close knit. The one little marketplace, the one island market. I would meet a lot of people there. That was like the hangout spot. People come there. The YMCA, I used to go there, and it was free for me because I was an island resident. I didn't have to pay like outstanding rates like you would have to do at some of these gyms that make you pay yearly fees. It was free. So I was able to work out. They had like a little dog park. I would just walk around the island and just meet people, Then they had the pantry at Treasure Island on Tuesday. I would go there, volunteer my services, and meet people who stayed on the island who I may have not met early on. But it was then I had also people who I lived with inside on Chinook Court. That was also part of the program. But that whole area was pretty much for those who were transferring from the halfway house Geo to the Treasure Island house of housing ex-cons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's quite the journey that you had. And it seems like Treasure Island played kind of a pivotal role. That's awesome.
Yes.
Is there anything looking back on your journey with construction and the training program to One Treasure Island? Is there anything you would have done different?
Yes. Had I known what I known about different trades and unions, I still would have went through Treasure Island. I probably would have tried to get into the electricians union. They have I would have seen if that was possible through One Treasure Island. At least IBE is the union. I probably would try to get to their union not to say local 261 is not bad, but it's electricians they make a nice little chunk of money.
Right.
After watching them work, I'm talking about, they make a nice piece of money for just, they work a little bit less and harder than labor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I don't regret. I'm just, if the opportunity was available at that time, I believe I'd have done it different. But my experience has been one without no regrets. No regrets at all. I enjoy everything that I experienced, from the hardships to the joy, because it's made me who I am today. I am grateful. It's not always about money. It's about opportunity, meeting people who are genuine, meeting people who are just good friendship. Everyone who I've met at the island, I'm still friends with them to this day. All the staff, the workers, even the new ones. And that's kind of rare, because sometimes people, once they're done with you, they're just done with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a temporary service, like you're going through Walmart. You get the cashier, they ring you up, have a nice day, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Another phase. That's not the case with One Treasure Island. I still communicate with them. I still talk with them. I'm still getting help from One Treasure Island to this day. So I wouldn't, yeah, my experience, I would have done different based on just what I know now, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret what I experienced. I accept it and then I embrace it.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to share?
Oh, yes. When I went through the program, it was me and my son, Jafari Wesley. We were the first father and son to complete and graduate from the program. Yeah, we were the first. He also went in construction. Sadly, he was murdered in February, but we still went through that program together. And I believe they just now have a father and daughter that's going through the program, but we was the first to graduate. So it was set side by side in class every day and completed the program. So yeah, that was a very proud moment for me as a father, to have a son on the side with me and see him grow in the trade, see him go through the bumps and the bruises. And I actually got to work with him on the Chase Center as well. We both worked together as well. Yes, Jafari Wesley, that's his son. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. That's terrible.
Yes, thank you for your thoughts. Yes.
But that is, I have heard that actually, that you guys are the first ones to go through together. So that's really special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
thank you so much. I think this was great.
Okay.
You did wonderful. So I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go ahead and stop recording. We can just chat for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ish.
You're welcome.